Hey guys, what's up? It's NuclearVideosHD and I'm here with my Springfield Overview 2016 to bring you guys part 14 of the overview, which is Springfield Heights. Now I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, this is my least favorite district out of all the districts. That being said, there are a couple areas of the district that I do like. For example, the promenade, the beachfront, and the studios section. But the rest of it, I will admit, are complete crap. I just don't like them. There's a lot of different reasons for that. The main reason is that it's just a lot of buildings that I don't care for, combined with a lack of space. Therefore, they are decorated terribly. These buildings are like schools, ranches, all this sort of stuff that I feel need a lot more space than they're given. And that's not really a reason on my fault. It's more the game's fault because they have a lack of land in the entire game, but more specifically in Springfield Heights. For some reason, they've refused to add any more land. With future updates and stuff, they don't add any land to Springfield Heights, which is kind of upsetting because there is a lot of buildings here that are completely restricted to Springfield Heights. Meaning that there's a lot of buildings that will not fit in anywhere in regular Springfield. They're simply just Springfield Heights buildings, and they're too upscale to classy for regular Springfield. So they're kind of restricted and kind of, in a way, have to be placed in Springfield Heights. And I know you can place them anywhere you want, but if you're really trying to go for more realistic point of view when you're decorating your town, there's a lot of these kind of buildings, and this whole section over here is kind of what I'm talking about. You can look at all these buildings right here and think, yeah, these are not meant to go into regular Springfield, so you're very restricted in where you can place them, and Springfield Heights is very small in comparison to what I'd like to do with it. I mean, it's one of the biggest districts, don't get me wrong, but for everything that I'd like to do with it and the expectations that I have, it's very limited. Now, like I said before, there are a lot of parts of the district, like the promenade, the beachfront, and the studio section that I absolutely adore. That's probably the only thing that gives this district any sort of good light, because other than that, it's absolute crap, and I'm willingly openly admitting that to you guys. So, anyway, we'll just get past that whole introduction of how crappy this district is. I mean, if you guys think it looks good, then thank you. I think I could do a lot better. I just need to have some more resources. But anyway, we'll move past that and we'll start the overview. Obviously, there are two entrances to the district. There is the monorail tunnel and the Springfield Heights road tunnel. We'll obviously start where the Springfield Heights tunnel is because that's pretty much the main entrance. Nobody's going to be walking through the monorail tunnel unless they want to get smushed. But walk in right through our Springfield Heights tunnel and it leads you over to the promenade entrance, the furniture shop, and the valet parking. Now, the valet parking I kind of like as a building. I don't really tend to like the upgradable buildings that we got, the couple of mansions, the business center, all those things. I don't really like them all that much. They don't earn anything. They don't add anything to the game. They're kind of just there. They take up space. But I really wanted to put the valet parking in because I do like it. If you guys will notice, I'm on the first level of the valet parking, and the reason being is that it's simple. It does what it needs to do. It's a little parking lot. It does its job. Once you get to the highest level, not only does it extrude onto the road, if I could show you right here, not only does it extrude onto the road, it's just way too busy. It covers half my buildings. It's just too tall. It just does not make any sense at all, and I just don't like it at all. I'm a really realistic thinker kind of person, and when I look at this, the first thing that comes to my mind is, how did they get these cars up here? How did they get them up there? How are they going to get them down? It makes no sense. It just looks dumb. And that's why I like to stick with the first level of the valet parking, because it doesn't extrude to the center of the road, and it's just simple. It does what it needs to do. It's a parking lot. It looks fine. Right next to that is the furniture shop. Very simple design. It's got a nice little patio out front with some newspaper stands, whatever. Some trees on the outside, some shrubbery. Looks perfectly fine. This is where we get to my favorite part of the entire district. One of my favorite parts of the entire town as a whole. the Springfield Promenade. I definitely feel like I went above and beyond on this design. I love it. Looks perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it at all, in my opinion. And like I said, this is probably one of the only things that gives Springfield Heights any sort of credibility in my book at all whatsoever. Just because of how well it fits into the rest of the district. So, all these buildings are actually part of Springfield Promenade in the show, with the exception of the Shamrock Cafe. So these are all legitimate buildings from the show that are in the Promenade. So I try to keep that as realistic and as organized as possible in that respect, and I think I did a pretty good job. So when you first come in, you're greeted by the Mr. Burns statue, which can get pooped on by a pigeon. There's the Your Picture on a Rembrandt stand, as well as the world's largest zirconium. Over here to the right, we have the Shamrock Cafe and this little bunny Easter egg thing. There's a flower stand. There's the Blocko store, Kav Collage stand as well. If you guys will notice, all throughout my Springfield Heights, I use these money trees, which I thought was a really cool touch. Mainly because it's, Springfield Heights, it's rich. I want to make it as in your face as possible. So I thought the money trees looked really cool. Over a little bit, we had the fountain, which is pretty nice as well. I love this design. If you guys want to use it, feel free to. The Leftorium Express little stand is over here as well. Banana Dictatorship and Vulgary are over here in the center of the little shopping promenade. Abercrombie and Rich, Victor's Secret, and Things Unnecessary are over here on the top border of the shopping mall. There's this cool little, what do you call that, modern art stand, whatever. And then there's the Maple Store, Spiffany's, and Gold Navy over here as well. There's a cool little fountain and a peanut cart. So that's pretty much it for the entire promenade. It's pretty big, to be honest. And what I like about it is it incorporates, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 buildings all into this area, and it fits in perfectly together. Absolutely love that part of it. This is probably the only section on my Springfield that does like a sort of mall, walking mall kind of area. I tend to not want to use too much concrete. I like to have roads so characters can walk around, because it looks kind of desolate with just concrete because characters can't walk around. But who knows? Maybe it's closed for the holidays. Along the oceanfront border, there's this cool golden fence, which I thought was pretty nice. Absolutely love these stairs that go down to the beach. Very nice. I really like those designs that they did. Down here, there's another one that comes in contact with this road. Both very cool. Absolutely love them. The beachfront, like I said, as well, is another very cool design that I had that, again, gives Springfield Heights a sort of like really nice touch compared to the rest of the crap that it has. The yacht club is over here as well. Very cool design. This is one of those things that you don't have to do all that much to make look nice. The thing about this building, which was kind of annoying at first, but I made it work, is that you can only move it across the water. So anything behind it in this whole area is kind of screwed. So you're losing a lot of area. So if you have it in the middle, you kind of lose a lot of space that you could use for something valuable. So I wanted to put it as close to the corner as possible. And I had to think, what should I do with behind this place? Because, it's just kind of so massive that you can't do anything nice behind it. But I put this cool little grill behind it, and I feel like it looks very nice, and it looks like it actually is meant to go there. Like, this is our yacht club over here, and there's a nice grill in the back. So definitely that design I thought was really neat. There's some cool flowers and some trees and stuff surrounding it, which makes it look even better. There's a cool volleyball court as well right there. The ornate pier entrance is over here as well. This is a very cool design. I really would have liked to have done a lot more with this because, it looks nice, but we just don't have enough cool things to put on the ornate pier yet. When I first saw this thing, I was thinking, like, this should be where the Opera House goes, where this is going to be a very elegant place to walk around. So there's not really anything you could put here store-wise. Definitely the Opera House looks really cool there, as well as the Renaissance Opera House, or whatever you call that, and these little bear violinists. Maybe one day in the future we'll get some cooler stuff to put here, but for now this looks fine. We got the cool fountain out front, which I love how it fits perfectly in there. If it was right there, it would literally bother me, but the fact that it fits in right there makes it look perfect. The boardwalk extends a little bit down this way and meets up with the lighthouse, which I think I covered in my boardwalk Squidport section of the series, which it's only just a little, little lighthouse, doesn't really do much. These two yachts are right here, very cool as well. They're obviously part of the yacht club, so this whole area fits in very nicely together. Down the beach a little bit, we have the tiki bar, we have this pig on the grill, a couple of trees, couple of umbrellas and beach stands and stuff. We have a cool little line that meets up to the Ferris wheel. Very, very cool. I like this design a lot. It's very simple but very cool. The moon bounces over here, as well as the tank of danger, whatever it's called, I completely forget. The Easter Island head is over here as well, and also I love this design as well. We have the beach house for Radioactive Man. It's got a cool little lawn separated by the boardwalk fence, and very cool design. I love this. Extruding out into the water a bit, we have the giant temple, sea temple. We have the cool island, and we have Radioactive Man's air station again, as well as the valet parking. This is in the same boat as that, no pun intended, where I went with the simplest stage 1 design, because once you get up to this, oh my god, it looks terrible. It looks absolutely terrible. I mean, the design of it itself is not terrible, but it's way, way too busy to be in the water. It's just too much stuff going on. It's just not for me. So I thought that definitely the private island at the stage 1 would definitely look the coolest. There's a nice little jet ski over there as well. It just fits in very nicely together, and I think that it looks really cool. The little water oasis areas over here as well. There's the firework bow, and there's a couple islands and stuff that just add to the design of it. Pretty neat. So this road over here leads down here to the monorail, the main central station that we have over here in Springfield Heights. Pretty cool design. There's a little bit more I'd like to do with it, but I think it looks completely fine for the way that it is. Monorail tracks come. The way that this used to be was that there was one line for Springfield Heights that met up with the monorail. It just went around and came back, and eventually when they added the tunnel, I made it so it could come and go through the tunnels and stuff and come back around. So now I had to modify everything a little bit to make that work, but definitely looks a lot cooler. So now the central line of Springfield comes through and meets up with the monorail, which is pretty nice. Over here we have the Krusty Lou Studios, which is kind of a combination of the Krusty Lou, the Channel 6 Studios, and the One Week Wonder Films. This is a huge design, and I love it. It incorporates so many buildings, so many cool decorations together. It just looks absolutely amazing, and I love it. For this video, I wasn't really sure if I was going to cut this into 2 parts or 1. I wasn't sure how big Krusty Land would be and how long it would take, but I don't want to rush through it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this area over here. For the first video, we'll cover my 3 favorite parts of Springfield Heights, and then for the second part, we'll go through and cover the rest of this, trash. I mean, it's not all trash. I mean, I'm honestly making it a lot worse than it is. I mean, I do love this area over here with the country club, and there's some other cool stuff, but I mean, this whole area in here is just way too busy, so it kind of gives it a really bad, whatever. Anyway, so we go over here and we have Krusty Lou Studios. There's a cool parking lot out front with the X-Ray van, Melting Millhouse's brain. We have some of these cool movie posters. We have the Itchy and Scratchy Show and Radioactive Man the movie. We have a Bart balloon, pretty cool. This road over here meets up with Krusty Lou Studios and can go back into the back lot. Some cool movie props like this Fruit Batman signal. There's the I forget what this is called, the film set for McBain or whatever that was. And there's the Sun Sphere as well, and there's Millhouse's film trailer as well. These cool balloons are over here as well, overlooking the ocean. I love that design. I've pretty much stuck with this design for Krusty Lou Studios ever since I got it all the way back in like 2013. Actually, it might have been 2012, the Christmas update of 2012. This is how old this building is. I've pretty much kept the same design. There's a back gate over here, which leads over into the Channel 6 studios and the One Week Wonder films. You guys can get through that at the main entrance, which is on this road over by the Springfield Heights Theater. I needed a way to make the Springfield Heights Theater and the One Week Wonder films look good together, and I really did just that. If you guys can see over here, it looks like this building right here is one building. That worked out phenomenal. Like, I cannot even express how amazing that worked out together, because it's the same color pretty much, with an exception of the roof, and it literally just looks like one big building. And to me, that looks awesome. That design worked out perfectly. I could not be any happier with that. For the theater, there's a little parking lot on the side with some trees and stuff, but right behind it, of course, is the One Week Wonder films. There's the Wild West Theater over here in the back, and there's a limousine and the Channel 6 studio. So definitely this entire film industry area over here looks completely amazing. I actually want to know what your guys' opinion is. Which one's better? Do you guys like the film area better? Do you like the promenade better? Or do you like the beachfront better? Let me know in the comments which one of these three is your favorite. I'm actually kind of interested to see. I think personally the film area is my favorite just because of how perfectly intertwined it all is. Definitely Springfield Heights is a close the Springfield Heights Promenade is a close second, and the beachfront is dragging in third. So let me know what you guys feel in the comments, definitely. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for Springfield Heights. This is part 1, of course. We're going to go into part 2 in a few days and go through the rest of the district, and then we're going to be moving on to Krusty Land after that. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys for the next video. Peace.